Question: who's curious to know what I got in my most recent grocery haul? Now, I know that grocery hauls are not for everyone, but for the ones who are interested, come back and stick around. Back in a minute. Hey, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. If it looks like I'm not looking at you, it's because I have my camera in a weird position. So forgive me about that. But I want to get right into it. One of the first things I ordered, because this was ordered from Amazon, I had to get a lint bunny. What is Easter without a chocolate bunny? Now, I have to say this. If you're going to get chocolate, don't cheap out. Get what I consider to be good quality, or you consider to be a good quality chocolate. There are some chocolates out there. They're pretty to look at. The boxes are beautiful. Kids seem to love them. But as a grown up, I want a good quality bunny. This is where I'm not going to cheap out. If I could get a better price, of which you can the day after Easter, but for Easter, I'm just going to have this one bunny. I'm keeping him in the refrigerator until I can have him. That's number one. Next, ricotta cheese. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what do I need this for? This is, boy, did they shrink these containers. Let me tell you, there was a time this was 16 ounces. But this is Galbani ricotta cheese. It's 15 ounces. What I'm using it for, you could do many things with ricotta cheese. Add it to pasta, make your own homemade raviolis like my mother used to do. Mwah. But in my case, my grandfather, which was the dad of my mom, he used to make, during Easter time, an Easter pie, and it was made with ricotta cheese and just like a cheesecake. You basically bake it and prepare it like a cheesecake, except he would add like citron to it, or he would add some orange zest to it. Oh my goodness, with the nutmeg and the cinnamon. It is truly, every time I eat this, I think of Easter, I think of spring, and I think of family. So there you go. This is why I got this. This Hillshire Farm rotisserie seasoned chicken breast. I never had the chicken one. I hear it's pretty good. But what I also love about this, and I know Kaden agrees with me on this and a few other people viewing, is when you're finished with it, all you have to do is peel. Let's look how easily this label comes off. In fact, I could take it off right now. Watch this. Comes right off. Comes right off. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Comes right off. You peel it off, and what are you left with? Pretend the chicken is not in there. What are you left with? You're left with an amazing storage container. Hello. I save every single one of these. And if I have company and I want to share the wealth of whatever I made, have them, they're really good take-alongs. And they're good keepers, too, if you go to work or whatever. These are great. So please don't hesitate to get them. I got a couple of these. I'm adding these to my pantry, my extended pantry. And these are actually sugar-free Jell-O instant puddings. Got one in chocolate. I got one in pistachio. Why? I got this because in case I have company that comes over that may be diabetic, or they just don't like a lot of sugar in their dessert. Voila. Make this, what, couple of minutes, throw it in the fridge. No biggie. So it's a great idea. Now, these ones sell. At the time that I placed my order, they were like 88 cents a pouch. What am I talking about? This. So for me, when you're a family of one and you get these individual packets at a great price, this is only 70 calories, by the way. It's only 70 calories. So if you want protein, so this was protein already prepared on the cheap, 88 cents. Are you kidding? So what I love to do with this certain times, not all the time, make a nice pasta salad with this. Make a nice pasta salad with this, or eat it independently with some cucumbers, you know, how you make a tuna salad, whatever. And so actually I purchased like 10 of them. So the rest I already have in my extended pantry. I just wanted to make sure I show you this. This is kind of humorous to me. I never knew that Dolly Parton was in the cake business, nor have I ever seen in my area the coconut cake from this company. So it's actually Duncan Hines Dolly Parton Southern Style Coconut Cake Mix. It says perfectly moist. I mean, this box just screams the 80s and Dolly because of the pink. You know, when you think about the 1980s, you think a lot of pink. I had a lot of pink clothes in the 1980s. But I also love coconut cake. So I'm very curious to know what I did. I don't have it with me, but what I did, I put it away. I like to keep this in the fridge. The canned vanilla frosting, they were out of the coconut frosting, but that's okay. Vanilla frosting with this cake should work just fine. When am I going to make it? Not quite sure, but it's nice to have. I do have a few family birthdays coming up that I know the person or persons enjoy coconut. Therefore, this would be the ticket. So the birthdays are not far from now, so I'm not worried about cereal bugs or anything of that nature. Now, I got a couple of these because don't ask me why, but like I'm into this like banana craze lately. And these are perfectly ripe. And remember, I mentioned a banana bread? Well, guess what? So I didn't get the bag of flour. Instead, I did a little cheating. So I feel a little guilty here. So instead, I got the Betty Crocker banana nut muffin and quick bread mix. What I'm wondering is, are we permitted to add our own bananas to this if we wanted to? But since baking is a science, I'm not going to do anything that the box doesn't mention because baking is a science. Unlike when you cook from a skillet and do your own thing, you can more or less have flexibility with that. But baking is absolutely a science. So you kind of like have to follow protocol. So for the muffins, you could get 12 regular or 42 mini or 6 jumbo. But honestly, I do it the easy way out. I like to make breads. I just throw them in my loaf pan. So the bread is very simple. 375, grease the bottom, stir the mix, water, oil, and eggs, and banana in medium. What banana? The banana they give you? What's this? I'm gonna have to learn about this one. If not, then I'm happy. Then that means I could put in my own bananas, probably. Does anybody put in your own bananas with a bread mix, a banana bread mix? Let me know in the comments section below. This is why I love this dialogue. Just saying, just saying. All right, now this ground beef, years ago, as you remember, maybe meat packed with styrofoam and plastic over it. And I was so annoyed when this kind of package came out. Guess what? I'm no longer annoyed. This is a totally sealed, very well sealed package. So what I like to do is one of these packages can last me 4 meals. Okay. So all I do is make it one time if I want into the form of meatballs or a meatloaf, or I'll do it like the ground beef, just like do that in like a fry, and I'll fry it up and I'll have it. I could throw it in salads. I could just put it on a bun, heat it up, put it on a bun with melted cheese. Yum. How easy is that? How fast is that? So I got this. I only get 90% lean or above. I don't like the ones below. If I'm desperate, I'll get 85 if there's nothing else. I'm like a lot of people saying, yeah, but you're throwing away the flavor. I don't know. I kind of don't like that fatty flavor for some reason. Janet, don't like that, but that doesn't mean you can't like it. All right, so let's go on with the show, if you will. So remember, of course, as we always steadily like to increase our extended pantry, our stockpile. So I noticed I was running a little low on my pork and beans. Pork and beans with my Nathan's Franks is a really nice go-to. What I like to do is pour the beans into a baking tray and roast the frankfurters next to each other. Just throw it all in the oven. I mean, how easy is that? I even eat out of the pan. It's just me. Who cares? I don't have to put on the Virginia Graham etiquette thing if it's just me. You know what I'm saying? Just saying, just saying. So it's a time saver. No, really, it really, really is. I was noticing that my supply of tomato soup was not starting to run low, but I used one, so I replaced one. So that's how I did it with that. In addition to that, I want to increase. I love cannellini beans. You could do so many things with cannellini beans. To me, it's like this kind of bean is like a blank canvas. I love cannellini beans. Who else out there likes that? And yeah, so in additional, I had two. I got two of these actually, the pork and beans. So that's good. Keep going. What else? Oh yes, they were out of my Thomas's raisin swirl bread. So instead, I was able to get the sun-made raisin bread. I consider sun-made raisin bread toasted with a little bit of fresh butter on it. To me, this is a treat. I consider it a treat. I don't need cake. I don't need fancy. I don't need ultra sweet. I like convenience, and I know already how many slices would be in a loaf. Let me see how many are in this loaf, for example. There are 14 servings. That means 14 slices, and it's only 90 calories a serving. That's not bad. Have that with a cup of tea or coffee in mid-morning or mid-afternoon. Skip buying a scone. I love scones. Don't get me wrong. They are so good. But sometimes I used to get them around here and they were quite expensive. I like making my bisconis, which, by the way, I should show you that video. I'll hook it up in the description box below. And by the way, welcome newcomers to the channel. Just saying, just saying. And yeah, it says here, raisins in every bite. That works with me. And when it's toasted with the melting butter and the plump, juicy raisins, who knows more about raisins than Sun-Maid? Really? Did you ever eat those little boxes when you were a kid? Remember, like your mom or dad used to like let you have a little treat. This I'm getting another one of. Guess what? This beefsteak bread to make sandwiches with. Guess what? These, to me, the slices of this bread are so darn wide that I only need one. And I cut it in half, and it makes for a really generous sandwich. This is only 90 calories a serving, and there are 16 servings here. For me, that means I get 16 sandwiches, or I get some toast, whatever, or whatever other reason I would like to use this. This one is the seedless, and it is the soft rye. So it's kid friendly for kids who don't maybe care for the seeds, because you know how it could be with kids. Okay, now, okay, I had to get this. Pop-Tart strawberry. These were reasonably priced. And I said, these keep really, really well. Why? Because I think they are packed in sort of like a Mylar type of packaging. I don't know if I'm 100%, so don't quote me on it, but it strikes me. And these are strawberry and these are unfrosted. So it's not like, oh my gosh, so much horrible sugar. My grandkids come over, they could throw this in the toaster. They could eat it plain. Or I could just give them the pouch and they could carry it home for when they go home, something like that. So, and of course, if grandma wants one on a Saturday night as a treat, hello, it has been known to happen. Just saying, I can't lie to you. I do like a good old Pop-Tart every now and then. I think it brings me back to my childhood. How many of you were around when Pop-Tarts first came out? I know, it makes you feel really young, right? Hey, anybody over 60 been hearing lately from people that remind you, hey, you're getting on in your... I would never tell someone that. I This is me. I personally would never tell someone that because I feel just as viable as I did 20 years ago. Just saying, just saying. Now, age is just a number, so there. Now, speaking of grandkids, you can't fail. You can't fail with boxed macaroni and cheese. Or even for you, if you want a little comfort food on the cheap. I believe in food that can be a complete meal. I have another product from the noosa yogurt company, of which you're going to get to see tomorrow on the Sunday afternoon show. You're going to get to see me do a product review on that. You know me, I tell the truth either way. Either it's a hit or a miss. You can't fake a real reaction. A real reaction is a real reaction. So you might want to stick around for that. So there, am I missing out on anything? Oh, in addition, of course, again, to my extended pantry, Swiss Miss milk chocolate. Hello. Milk chocolate. Why milk chocolate? I love the indulgent one. I believe it is my favorite one, but they didn't have it. So I said, well, I used to mainly drink the milk chocolate one. And Steve Young from the Steve Young 74 channel gave me an amazing idea. He said, Jan, if you just want to bump up the flavor a little more, just put a pinch more in that and use a little less water or whatever. And he's right. Or just cocoa. If you have cocoa powder, just bump it up. Then again, if you have cocoa powder, why aren't you making it from scratch, Jan? But I don't have the cocoa powder. I wanted to get it, but I didn't get it for whatever the reason. I don't know. Also, listen, the last time around, I said I'm foregoing my thin stack of crackers. And the times came in those 2 weeks that I really missed my thin stack of crackers. They're only 25 calories each, okay? So it's not like horrendous. So for 4, it's like 100. 2 is sufficient for filling me up, honestly. So I don't mind this with some of this. You know, make a little tuna salad, have your stacker crackers. I mean, these are great tag-alongs. These are great keepers. You run out of bread, you got bread, kind of, sort of. These are really good because you could do things with it. So you would think that I had stock in this company with the way I brag about this stuff. But I really, really do enjoy it. I want to see if I want to make sure I mention everything that I wanted to mention. Yeah, the only thing that you didn't see was the frosting, the vanilla frosting, which is in the refrigerator. Because notice my extended pantry at times could be a little bit on the warm side. And I said, no, for some reason, I'd rather just put that in there. So anyway, and that's it for now. Well, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being you, and thank you for viewing. And thank you so much if you are a brand new viewer or subscriber. I truly hope you stick around. Hey, let me know what you bought recently. Are you happy with it? Could it have been a better fit for you? Don't forget to let me know in the comment section below. Listen, I want to wish everybody a wonderful upcoming Easter and a wonderful spring, and best wishes to everything and to everyone for everything. There you go. Take good care. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. I'm looking for my outro, and I'll give you away. Be right back. Have an amazing, fantastic Easter. Take good care, everyone. Bye-bye.